Hello folks, and welcome to a Wise Game video, where in today's video, I'm going to be coming out with a part 2. This is going to be an updated video when it comes to the PvP video that I just released a few days ago, which is titled Pre-Patch Wrath Classic PvP Changes and more. Because from the time of that video, it seemed like when they actually came out with the pre-patch yesterday, some things have changed. And even using the public test realm for the pre-patch was no help at all, because they also changed a lot of things in that too, to what we see now in the actual pre-patch. So let's dive in and give it a look. Now I'm also going to be addressing a lot of the questions that I've seen on the first night of the pre-patch when it comes to the PvP system. A lot of players were asking, where do we go now to actually get our honor gear? And then some were saying that the queue system doesn't seem to be implemented in at this moment. So how do I queue up now for Battlegrounds plus more? Now, one of the biggest changes that they actually did when it comes to the pre-patch is when we went over in the other video about the honor gains you get from the towers. Because this was a great way to get tons of honor points on a daily base. Now, on the public test realm, it was showing no honor points. So that was incorrect. And then before the pre-patch, we were getting 943 for turning in the tower quests. However, now, during the pre-patch, until they change this probably next week, who knows. But anyways, now you're going to be getting 210 honor points. This is a drastic drop. So again, for the dailies, there's 3 different places, and each one's going to have an NPC with the daily. Not all 3 places are going to give you 210 honor points any longer. So the dailies for Terragar Forest, those towers are still going to give you 210 honor points on completion of the daily. And this also holds true right now for Holla. So if you actually do the Holla daily, that also is going to give you 210 honor points. Although in Hellfire Peninsula, that one does not give you any. So again, at the time of this video, yeah, HF is not going to give you any honor points at all for completing the towers. If you go to the vendor now, you're actually, or I should say the NPC, you're actually going to be seeing that daily now listed as a low-level quest again. And all it's going to give you now is the marks for honor hold and a little bit of currency. That's about it, but when it comes to honor, zilch. So this is a far cry from almost the 3K that we got from doing these dailies just before the pre-patch. Okay, next up, let's take a look at the vendors, the locations, and what they offer. Right off the bat, I'm going to say again that your main vendor for being level 70 during the pre-patch is going to be in your main faction cities again. So again, it's going to be Orgrimmar for the Horde and Stormwind for the Alliance. Then we also have the couple of vendors in Lower City and Shat City for each faction of the game. And now they did bring back, in the pre-patch, the vendors out at Area 52 and Nitherstorm. But right now they're only for once we reach level 80. Unless they're going to change this in a further patch during the pre-patch, but I think that this is going to be for level 80. Which is kind of odd to me because this is not a level 80 area. So we can see that the vendors are back again, carrying Wrath of the Lich King gear. But the main place when Wrath of the Lich King hits, usually when it comes to PvP vendors, is going to be again your capital cities, down below Dalaran and the sewers. Okay, next, let's go over a little bit about the queuing system for the pre-patch. Now, I really got the impression that I thought that we were going to get the new system that we see here in Wrath of the Lich King. So again, this is not during the pre-patch. This is what we could expect to see in this image when actually Wrath of the Lich King hits, or whenever they turn on the PvP system. And what's great about this system is you no longer have to go to an NPC, speak to them to join a queue for a battleground. This is built right into your character pane, right in the menu, and you could just click on it, whichever battleground you want, and you could queue up from anywhere in the world. However, it seems like that this is not holding true during the pre-patch, because as we see in this image, there is no tab. So there is no way of queuing up from your character screen for Battlegrounds. But there has been a change as far as the NPCs go. So you still have to go to the original spots that you were going to during the Burning Crusade to queue up for your favorite Battlegrounds. However, we just see an actual NPC for WSG. All the other Battlegrounds, like Eye of the Storm, so on and so forth, you just speak to these Battle Masters. And they're going to have the queuing option now of queuing up for these other Battlegrounds. And that's it. That pretty much wraps up the updates that I wanted to cover from my previous video. But that other video still has some real key details that is still going on in the pre-patch. So I'm going to provide the link for that in the description panel of today's video and also at the end screen. Until Blizzard changes everything on us again in another 4 days or so. That's part of game development. So again, just ignore the parts of how much honor you're going to get from that video when it comes to the towers, etc, etc. So I thank you guys so much for stopping by and checking out Wise Gamer. Remember to sub up for more future videos. Leave a comment down below because we love to hear from you. And also ring that bell notification. This all helps in supporting the channel and letting you know when we come out with more awesome videos. So you guys have a fantastic day. Take care.